today's main topic is Facebook for beginners, and we're going to talk about Messenger today because I believe there's some really good tools in here if you haven't already seen it that can work some wonders for your business and help you just free up some time as well. So let's get into it. And so first of all, obviously it gives you the ability for your customers to message you directly. So if they have a question or if they want to learn more about something or whatever it is that you're offering, even off your ads, you can push them to Messenger and they can ask you through here. It's a really great way to interact and take it sometimes offline. So if they start asking you questions in comments, you can take it offline into a private space. So you don't need everyone seeing what you're talking about, especially if it comes down to pricing and things like that. Take it away and take it into your Messenger. Much, much easier and a bit more one-on-one than with your client, and you're directly engaging with them instead of the whole world. Well, not the whole world, but as a lot of them. Now, the good thing is they've allowed us to direct message to someone and initiate it, whereas before we could never, as a business page, we could never initiate the conversation, but we can now, and I will show you where you can do this. And you can only message someone who has physically commented on your post, though. So you can't just do it to any random. You've got to be able, you just can do it just to a particular person who's commented, but I'll show you where that is in a second. The great part I love about this is you can automate your responses. So you can put up, maybe, you might get a question every day that comes through, and it says, what time are you open? Or where are you located? Or something like that. You can put that in and the automated response will come up. So if somebody comes in and says, where are you located? Or they choose the question, where are you located? It will do it for you. So you don't have to physically be there actually responding to all of the comments the messages until something comes up that it can't be automated. So I love this part because it just frees up so much time, and especially if you get the same question all the time. You can also now connect your Facebook direct messaging to your website as a live chat. So you've probably seen the live chats on websites where there's someone sitting there ready to talk to you about whatever your question is. And a lot of those are third-party sites, but Facebook has also now offered you this ability to put this onto your website. So if you're using Messenger already, and that's where you know you will respond and you've got the time to do that, then you're having it on your website is just another option. So you can still have it turned on and off whenever you want to. So if you don't want to get a little buzzing notification at 2 a.m. in the morning, you can just say, I'm away at the moment, but I'll come back to you later and so forth. So you can still do that. But it's just another avenue where you're potentially accessing your consumer base from another area. So it's coming from your website, but it's connected to Facebook. So it's a great little spot if you wanted to do that. And I'll show you where all this is in a moment. There's another great little tool in here now too. It's called your inbox URL. So as part of your marketing collateral, for instance, if you're interacting with people on email or on other marketing collateral like flyers or your business cards for that matter, or anything, you can now put this little URL that's dedicated to you onto your marketing collateral. And if somebody wants to directly message you, they can, because it's there. And it's really quite easy. They can just click through. If it's on a piece of paper, they can't click through, but you could set up a QR code, for instance, on the back of your business card or on the back of that piece of collateral. And then that QR code will take them through to your Messenger if you want to talk to them that way. Some people don't like always obviously picking up the phone and having a chat. So this is just another alternative form for you. Then, of course, you can go really advanced and you can go into chatbots and third-party tools and apps that you can connect to your Messenger. This is going to another level. I won't go into this one today because this is an advanced area, but just so that you know, what you can do in this chatbots area is you can set up a whole suite of interaction style with your customers, guests, whoever you've got, your consumer, through these chatbots, and they will interact. So you may have seen competitions have come through here, or it might be your where it's an automated talking backwards and forwards about things that need to be fixed or solved or something like that. Or it could be, you can even do sales through here, lots of different things. So this area is amazing, and it can do some wonderful things for your business. But as I said, we won't go into that today, but I just wanted to let you know that that's a possibility that you can actually utilize for your Facebook page. And it brings everything up another level, without a doubt. All right, so to find all these different settings and so forth, you just need to open up your page. So choose your page if you're looking after multiple, or just grab the one that you're after. I'm getting a little bit of feedback, so let me just go and mute. I'm just going to mute that just so that I don't have that feedback. All right, so in here, you just go to your settings page, and then you'll see down on this left-hand side, you've got all the options for your page settings. So there's one here called messaging, and then there's one called advanced messaging. So the one that we're just going to look at today is just your messaging. This is just all those, the basic ones that I was talking about before, not your chatbots. Your chatbots are in this advanced messaging area, and will require, obviously, linking in with a third-party chatbot company or a third-party tool or something like that. So today we're just looking at this messaging side of things in this section. And straight away you can see the different sections in here. So you've got just your general settings. So you can have here, use the return key to send messages. So when you're typing in a message, and if you didn't want to hit the physical send button or the click on the send button, and you just wanted to turn on your return, then you can do that here. But I've got that off because I find that I accidentally, I'm doing, writing my message, but I want to go to a new line. And then if I hit return, the message goes and I haven't finished. So I've got that off because that's my personal preference, but that's totally up to you. And then you've got you've got starting a messenger conversation. So here you can show a greeting. So I've turned this one off just so you can see what happens. So when you turn it on, this little pop-up comes up, and you can see here, this is the initial message that's in here, but you can change that. So you just pop in down here, and you can see someone's come in and said, hello, I have a question. And then you can put in an immediate response that comes in, and it says, you can say hi. And here you can see it's got my name because I've told it to personalize it. So I can change that and go, no, I only want first name of the recipient, but it's popped it here because that's where my cursor was. So wherever your cursor is where that will pop in. So if we want to go here and go after the word hi, I want to go first name. So then in this case, I don't want last name. And you can see now up a little bit above here, it's got hi Susan instead of hi Susan Maynard, which is my name, obviously. So anytime someone comes up, that'll automatically adjust, obviously, to that person's name. So this is just an example using yours because you're the admin for the page. If you're happy with that, or if you want to change the rest of the message, you're more than welcome to. You can put a more a lengthy one in there, or if you don't particularly want to, even maybe you've decided that Messenger is not for you in there, you can go and add in your website, for instance, and you can put a message in here going, we don't look after, oops, sorry, I've got too many words in here, so let me just get that out. You could say, we don't reply here, or something like that. Please go to our website for all the information that you need, or something like that, for all you need, something, whatever you like. This is totally up to you. It's an area that you can do. And once you've got that hit save button, I'll just go back up. There it is there. And if we want to change that, you can, but what it will do is it'll tell people to go there. And then they'll see that message instead. So it's up to you how you'd like to do that greeting, totally up to you. Or you can have it off, on, simple. There's no right or wrong in this area. It's totally what your business needs are. This is that Messenger URL link that I was telling you about before. So this is always related to your business page. So to your user page, like your username of the page. So if your name is different to your @username, just be mindful of that, because if somebody gets this message and or you're showing this link to someone and your name doesn't directly correlate to who you actually are, that might be a bit of an issue, because people might go, well, who is this and why am I using a different name? So you might want to look at that, but generally most people's pages will match. But if it doesn't, you might want to look at that. And then all you do just simply do is you just copy the link and it copies it to your clipboard in your computer, and then you just go and add it to wherever you want to add it to. So that's your Messenger URL, and it's always dedicated to your page. That will never change. That's always you. All right, this is where you can add Messenger to your website, like I was saying before. So if you wanted to add that little pop-up chat option on your website, it's here. So it's a step-by-step process. It'll take you through it, and you just hit the get started. It'll tell you exactly what it needs to do. Excuse me. You may need your web developer involved because there is a little bit of coding involved. So otherwise you can do it yourself, and you can just simply follow the prompts there, and you can have your little pop-up on your website. Again, totally up to you. Now, the area that is very popular for us at the moment is to set up automated responses. I will come back to that for a second. I'll come here first because this is going to take me away from this page. So here, what they've done now is, say you've got a team of admins on your page. You might have, say, 5 or 6 people. And if you want all your messaging to go from certain people, here now you can say on or off. So when you hit your message, your name will appear at the bottom. And so that's totally up to you as well. You don't have to have someone's name there or not, but that's just there as an option for you now. And that will put your name, or whoever's the admin is that's doing the messaging at the time, it will pop their name up below the response. Okay. Now, the setup automated responses. So from here, you can do it from here. It's also in your inbox area of your page. So they've got it, you can do it from here. Or if you come back to your page and go to your inbox, and then down the bottom, you've got your automated responses. So either way, it's going to take you here. So that's just 2 ways of getting to your messenger. And now you can see, this is all the bits and pieces that you can do with your automated responses. It's very good. It's excellent area. So first of all, excuse me, you've got the greeting side of things, and you can see they're in different topics. So this is your greeting. So instant reply. So if you want to do an instant reply, so as soon as somebody puts a message in, we're going to say, this is your instant response. So it could be that, if we put that on, they've already got an example here. So thanks for messaging us. We try to be as responsive as possible. We'll get back to you soon. So this just gives you a little bit of breathing space. So instead of being on your phone and in Messenger or in here all the time waiting for these messages, or trying to respond, you can add these personalized instant responses in. Or it could be that we can't get to your message today, but we'll come back to you as soon as we can. Or you might put some time frame on it, or you might put maybe an email, or it might be go to our website in the meantime and check us out here, and we might have something there that will answer your question, or whatever the case may be. So once you've done it, it's saved, and you just got to turn it on, and that's it. That instant reply would now be on. And again, on and off, up to you at any time. Here you can do an away message. At some point in the day, we have to sleep. So if you don't want your notifications pinging in the background at 2 o'clock in the morning, this is where you would do it. So you can put this away message on, and when you hit edit, you'll see this little schedule. And you've just got to make sure that you've put it in for our time zone. Otherwise, it won't work, obviously. So choose your time zone, add in the times that you don't want to be disturbed. So, from 10 till 6, and then what days of the week that you want. So you can choose one day, you can choose all days, you can choose multiple days, whatever you like. And then that way, and then this is the message that you might put in there. And you can just say, we're not here right now, but we'll get back to you soon. So very simple messaging, but at least it's the same way before we had Facebook, and you might get a, an email, or you might get some sort of notification coming through a booking system or something like that to say, we're not right here right now, but we'll come back to you as soon as we can. So it's just giving them that instant response when you want to do it. So that's a really good one. So you can have that on and off whenever you wish to, no problem. And then the next section down is your sharing and getting information. So here is your frequently asked questions. This is a great one if you're getting that same question every day, multiple times a day. So in here, we just do the editing again. And I'm just going to minimize this a little bit so I can see. And then here you can see this is your question. So it might be, what are your opening hours, for instance? That is always, that's always a big question. And then here you can just go daily, 8 a.m. to, I don't know, 5 p.m., for instance. And if that's enough, then that's it. There's your first automated response. You can even add attachments. You can add a button. So if you want them to click through somewhere else, if you're a restaurant and you'd like to add an attachment, it might be the menu, for instance. Maybe one of your questions is, what's on your menu? Then you can go, here you go, here's your attachment, and you can go and look it up for yourself. Or you can say, here's our website, and link it straight to the menu on the menu page, for instance. So you've got lots of things that you can do with these frequently asked questions, and they're really good because obviously it's going to save you time. And if they can get the information that they need in this space, fantastic. And then if they still can't get that answered, well, then they can come and answer another question or ask you another question at some point. So it's a great little area to actually fill that out. And then, of course, you just go on and off as per normal. Next one is your contact information. So again, if somebody's always asking you for website, for phone number, your email, whatever the case may be, you can put that all in here. And again, you can add an attachment. So it's a brilliant little space to actually personalize to your own business. Then you've got location. Same thing again, you edit your message. And if somebody always says, where are you? Oh, that's a PO box, obviously. But if there's specific directions, for instance, that they need to find you, maybe it's make sure you go to the very end of the block and it's the pink door on the right or something like that. You can put that in there so that they can see where you're located. And again, you can add attachments. You might add a PDF map or something like that, or some special directions that they might need to find you, for instance. And then you've got your labels. So your buttons that you can add in, so you can get directions, and you can physically put in the Google GPS location, for instance. So you've got all this ability to make your life easier as well as your customer or your consumer. So that's that area. Now you've got send confirmation area. So you might have job applications that you've put out there. So you can put, thanks for your job application. We appreciate it as this message is, and then you'll get back to them in however long. So again, that's another area that you can do. And then you've got your follow-up. So if you've got appointment reminders locked into your page, you can put those in. And then here, if you want a page recommended, so after someone's actually recommended your page, you can send a message. So if they've said, you can automatically put it in. And so instead of going back to everyone and doing them separately, you can put in a templated response here if you like. I generally don't recommend that, only because sometimes a generated response is not a very good idea because people can see that it is a generated automated response. So yeah, so that's up to you, but you can do it. And the same for if someone's not recommended you, you can go back and say, sorry, you had a bad experience like this template does here. But again, I personally wouldn't recommend that because you should be responding to not recommended reviews in its actual, for that particular review, if that makes sense. So you need to have a dedicated response for that one. So that's all your basic level messenger options. And they're all the bits and pieces that you can you can see and do from a messenger perspective for a business page. Oh, I know what I just did. Sorry, I just realized I didn't show you. Let me go back. I didn't show you where you can respond and direct message a person who's commented on your page. So let me just go back out here. I'll just find someone who's made a comment. And so you can see here, I can like, I can reply, and look at that, I can message. So it opens up the messenger area, and I can start writing my message, and I can do a private one back. So if Becky here, instead of saying how beautiful, maybe she's asked me for a price, or maybe she's asked me something else that's a little bit more, should be more of an interaction just between us two, then I will message her directly. So this is a fairly new area that hasn't been out for that long, a few months now, I thought, or maybe a bit longer. But it's a much better way, but you can't initiate it any other way other than through a comment. So that's the only way at this stage. They haven't allowed us to go directly to someone at this point. All right. So what I want you to do after today is I'd love you to set up your own instant reply or an away message, and just hop in there and create 3 frequently asked questions about your business. Easy ones: opening hours, where you're located, and maybe maybe a product or service that's very common for you. Maybe there's a question around that you can answer. So that is what I'd like you to do, and I'm sure it'll be fantastic whatever you do for it. And give us a yell out when you have done it, because we'd love to see it. And we might even pop in there and answer your questions. So have a wonderful day, everybody, a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.